Right, we'll start with, I've taken the round lights off, and I've had that, I don't know, 10 years or more when they first came out, and it's been on a light bar on rubber suckers. I'll show you those in a while. And I've put those on there, and I had that one blow. As you can see, that one's faded. Right, he's still working perfect and still lights the road up, so I replaced that one. Strobes are working. So the spotlights, the 2 wires for the spotlights are still there. So there's 3 relays underneath the bonnet, 1 for those bottom ones and 1 each for the spotlights, because I had halogen bulbs in there. Moving around to the back, if I can get there in time. Moving round to the back. Right, I still haven't tidied it up in here, but what have I done in here? Oh, I've started to get all these. They're everywhere. I didn't put them all together, right? But I've put one up there. That pipe keeps dropping. That's just a short hose for filling up if I can get close to a tap. That's for the solar panel to be able to plug in the back of the 1 power oak. That's still plugged in as I can keep my drill batteries. So that's all I've done in here. I think, yeah, I've shown you to clamp the table. Yep, that's all done. That's all done in there. Yeah. Right, but I've done my knee in again. Right, power oak is there running, and he's pulling 35 watts on there, but he is running my battery charger, and he goes into a little socket in the side of there. It's all behind there. Shoes fit in there lovely. He fits in there. There's a switch there, because as you know, there's 1 battery there and 1 at the front of the seat, right? And transits, when it's all turned off and the engine isn't running, they're both disconnected from each other. Front one does all the ignition, the lighting, the wipers, everything in the van. Anything electric is run off the front battery, right? So the back one is dedicated to the start motor, central locking, and immobilizer. What else? Yeah, the alarm system. Everything like that is off the back battery. Ford put their own split charger in there, which once the engine has started, and not before, once the engine has started, that clicks on and then charges both batteries at the same pace. So is what I've done is I've taken a heavy live wire from, well, you can see the thickness of them. No, you can't, it's too bloody dark. Right, anyway, it goes from there, 1 either side of the switch. It's an on switch. Right, so it's on at the moment, charging up the rear battery. When it's flicked up, when I flick it down, it charges the front battery. And I know then which one it is, because the voltmeter on the dashboard will shoot up if I flick him over. So that's as though I can charge it up using the power oak if I'm parked for such a long time that the van batteries go down if there isn't enough solar. But that's only in case of emergency. I mean, it's 9 degrees. What's it working in? Battery's up to 14.5 and 9 degrees C, and 0.9 of an amp. Right, which is 34 watts roughly. Yeah, I think that's about right, isn't it? Yeah, somewhere around there. So, but I've only just turned it on. I've been using it to recharge the walkie talkies, because we've been using the walkie talkies a lot. Right, if I open the lid, I've got my laptop charger on it isn't on a coil, but it's just pushed in there, and it drops down the back, and I leave the end of him stuck out of the seat like that. Shut him down. My torch is now on charge. See if I can get to it. Yeah, he flashes, torch comes on the front. If I flick it on the other direction, you don't get the flashes, but you still get the torch. So he's illuminated there. That's the split charge for the solar. Oh, that's the split charge for the solar. Fag lighter works. I've also put a fuse box in there as well, because I fetched the heavy cable up from the leisure batteries. So there's a cigarette lighter up there, split charger, and oh, that's the computer to turn the computer on and off. So that's you know, because I didn't want that dangling around with it still live. And then none of that, because it's 12 to 19 volt buck converter. You know, it's even turned off, it still uses a power. If it's not connected, it still uses power. Oh, I never put that bloody carpet back in the seat. It goes in there underneath all the shoes. It means I gotta take all the shoes back out. I haven't got the hoover out to get the sawdust up. Right, on this panel, got 2 cigarette lighters. That one there, the back one, that one runs off the leisure batteries. That one runs off the van batteries only when the engine is running. And I left it in there. There's a voltmeter tester, right, but that's only when the engine's running. Oh, God knows why I just left it in there, and I wired it up, so that's what that's there for. Right, another day. My reversing camera, it usually comes on there. If I get the keys, I'll stick the keys in. Well, it's not a reversing camera, that one, but it's ignition on. It's my rearview mirror. Right. It hasn't been working since I started the rebuild. Purely because I fetched all the cables out. And of course I've put the cables back in. And somewhere at the back there, in one of those cupboards behind the wallboard, is the end of it. So I've just painstakingly had to run another cable. As you can see, he's at the back of there. When I take all the stuff out, he'll drop to the bottom. You can't see in that one. There he is. Right, he'll drop to the bottom. But I've run it through all the cupboards, right the way through this one, right the way through to the back. Just go around the back and have a look. No, again. Wearing this tarmac out, walking backwards and forwards. There. So it comes into there. So that's all done. That's up to that fuse box over there. So that's running off. The monitor itself is running off the van batteries, but the camera runs off the leisure batteries. So of course when I turn it all off, it all shuts down. Other thing, thank you, Dave. I've got a new Ford badge. Let's go around the front, because mine had worn out and it was an aluminium one. This is a plastic one with a chrome on the back, but that one wore out, and pressure washing it all the time. You just about see the lacquer. It peeled all off. Anyway, I painted that by hand. So we're going to have a new one when I get round to it. Just put the sticky on the back, and they got the 3 prongs, plus they got double-sided sticky tape. So I think I might have trouble getting that one off. But anyway, I got the knife and the screwdrivers to start prising. Catch you in a mo. Right, the badge is off. This is the hardest part, is trying to get the old sticker off. It's gonna be a while doing this, because as soon as you get an end and you start to pull, it rips. So I just kind of get a decent edge. I think in the past I've always just rolled it into a great big long sausage. It ain't helping the fact that I just cut myself. Wombles and sharp knives don't mix. Anyway, I'll bore you with taking all that off. I'll come back to you. That's what it's going to look like. Should look a lot better. I haven't stuck it on yet. I can't get to put the pins back on. They drop down the back of there. I can get him out from underneath. But yeah, that was painful. I've rammed all that glue under my nail. Ow. Right, that's it then. I'm putting myself in stick away, and I'll come back to you in a moment. Right, I've peeled the back off, and it's like that. You watch, I'll stick it on upside down now. You can't because the pins aren't parallel with one another, so you can't stick it in on the wrong way around. So here we go. Look at that then, eh? That'll do me. Oh. If that'll do you, that'll do me. Oh, it looks better now. It looks better on there now. And that one, I'll drill a hole in the shed and I'll stick him in the shed. He's handy for a spare just in case. Tools, 3 items, yeah. There, so they've all blown up there, look. Right, that's that done. That's it. As you can see, it is a nice sunny day, but it's bloody cold now. There's a hell of a wind. Well, it's forecasted for today. It's Friday the 17th, is it? Yeah, Friday the 17th. And it's forecast, I wouldn't want to be up the north today and tonight. There's 70 odd mile an hour winds, so that'll go in the shed. Still haven't cleared up properly yet. It looks like I need another cup of tea. That goes down there. Phone. That's it. I stuck the paper towel holder on there, but with this wind, it keeps blowing it around. I've lost my peg that I put on the edge of it. I know. Oh, there it is. Right. So that's what I normally do. That's all you got to do. It'll still flap around there, but it ain't going to unravel. Still haven't cleared my Costa coffee cups up. Still haven't cleaned the cooker. Still covered. I'm going to attempt to change the tap, because when I turn the tap on, because he's on a switch and not a thing, it comes out way too fast. You can't control it. So is what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it on a switch. Although the tap has got a micro switch on it, I might put him on the micro switch, depending on what I feel like when I get inside there. There ain't a lot of room, and I'm going to change it for the one that was in the shower room, because that unplugs and it comes out on a big long lead, and I can take it outside. So I might do that one, but I'm definitely going to put it on a tap. But when I get round to doing that, I will possibly film it. Right. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.